Over the years, women have been punished in horror films for their sexuality, often being killed or mutilated because of it. The Love Witch attempts to redefine what sexuality means for women in the genre. The director and leading role are both women, giving the film a more authentic version of how women would like to be represented in film. Our main character, Elaine, is a burlesque dancer slash witch. She uses sex magic to seduce men and get what she wants.
Giving men sex is a way of unlocking their love potential.
You sound as if you've been brainwashed by the patriarchy.
Elaine is far from being brainwashed. She uses sex and witchcraft to attempt to tear down the old stigma of women in horror films.
The whole history of witchcraft is interwoven with the fear of female sexuality. They burned us at the stake because they feared the erotic feelings we elicited in them. Later, they used marriage to hold us in bondage and made us into servants, whores, and fantasy dolls.
This happened to Elaine with her late husband. He tried to turn her into a wife that he expected because of the patriarchy.
Dinner was late 3 times this week. And the house is a total pigsty. Do you know that I found an old hot dog under the bed this morning? And why don't you ever brush your hair? You need to take better care of yourself and of the house.
Elaine didn't conform to what her husband and the patriarchy wanted her to be. Instead of filling her role as a housewife, Elaine converted into a love witch after killing her husband. Elaine then starts to seduce men in search of her Prince Charming.
The woman's greatest power lies in her sexuality. We don't view this power as satanic or anti-feminist, but as a celebration of woman as a natural creature.
She then starts to take what the patriarchy wants from her completely verbatim. She gives all the men that she meets their wildest fantasy. It works out until the men start to instantly fall in love with her because of her love potions. The men don't respond well to all of this love. They can't take it all at once like the patriarchy suggests. When men experience real emotions in this film, it ends up killing them.
I met this great-looking guy. I used love magic on him. And he got really weird on me. All these emotions started flowing out of him. And he got really sick.
Well, guys can't handle their emotions too well. That's why they don't like heavy conversations. It was probably just too much for him.
Elaine is the one with the power in this film, and it is because of her sexuality. In horror films of the past, women were rewarded for being non-sexual and relying on men. It is quite the opposite here. Elaine relies on nobody and answers to nobody but herself to get what she wants. She eventually finds the man of her dreams, but is unable to make him fall in love with her. This man is the epitome of the patriarchy and believes that no woman will ever satisfy him fully.
The more you get to know a woman, the less you can feel about her. At first, she's this incredible object of mystery who fulfills all your wildest fantasies. Then she starts to reveal little flaws. And after a while, it just gets pretty hard to care. The feminine ideal only exists in a man's mind. No woman could ever fulfill it. And sometimes, when she tries to love you more, give you more, you feel like you're suffocating, drowning in estrogen.
When he rejects her love potion, she cannot maintain power over him, but since he is the embodiment of the patriarchy, she has no choice but to. Elaine kills the man who she cannot control with a phallic weapon in the form of a knife, and in turn she kills the patriarchy that rejected her from the start. Elaine treats sex as men treat sex because she doesn't believe in the sexual oppression of women. She represents the patriarchy's ideal version of a woman, and this film shows that it is an unrealistic standard for anyone to live up to.